All right, hello guys. We should be live. Hopefully everything is working well. Just want to check stream's quality right now because I know that has been an issue in the past. So just checking that and all of that. So we're gonna have a couple changes for this stream in particular. So usually I have your guys' chat up on screen when I do these streams. I can't really do that on this stream. It would just be more of a hassle than anything. It would kind of just slow down the stream because this is going to be a very long stream. Unless I want to take a break in between and have this be a parts. This is going to be a very long stream. Just based upon the fact that I've seen other people do this. Now, this idea that we're going to talk about, and I'm going to probably hold off on explaining the concept of this stream right away until maybe a couple more people join, and then I'll kind of fully go into it. Maybe people, as they join the streams, can kind of figure out what we're doing. But we're doing this idea of imperialism, and that means basically, think about it like this, that all of the houses in Westeros have just, they said, screw it. We're going back to before Aegon the Conqueror's time. We're being our own independent houses. We're not, having this Lord of the North. Everybody's splitting up, right? So on the map I have, right, we have certain houses that are more or less separated. I didn't do all of them because, again, if I did all of them, we'd be here for years. If I did every single house, so I tried to do the main ones. I didn't do House Mormon, so maybe people will be upset about that, but I just was like, the North kind of has a lot of kind of more major houses, so I kind of tried to stick with the main ones for the most part. I added the Wildlings in here, and I also put the Night's Watch in here as their own kind of thing, which I thought would be kind of interesting. Hi Matthew, and hi Mar as well. Also want to give a major shout out to Matthew because he is the person that got me to this website for this map. I had a different format and how I wanted to do this originally. I've kind of come to realize that format's a lot harder to do, just based upon, I think the other format that I would do this in would be better for a video. So for now, we're going to use this for stream. Hi Amir, what era are we in? So Amir, I'm gonna kind of play it pretty loose with the era, because for the most part, right, I'm gonna play it as here. I have the Blackfires on here. The Targaryens are in power, so we're kind of just doing a mismatch. We're just gonna have all of the houses and just, yeah. I have the Blackfires in Griffin's Roost, kind of where they are in the normal story. So maybe you could say this is the normal story if Dany was in power at King's Landing. But then you also have some other ones that are kind of weird. So like Harrenhal is Went. That's kind of what it is on the map, so I just went with it. But yeah. Hi Hugo, how are you? What is this game slash map? So I'm going to explain it like when we hit on 6 o'clock, just so for if more people want to come in, I'll explain it fully. But think about this as being Risk, but in a dumbed down version, more or less. That's kind of the easiest way to explain it. So the way this is going to kind of work is, for instance, we'll have all of these houses fighting each other or taking over land until there's one house left. And I'm going to explain how we do that in a couple of minutes, but I don't want to have to explain the whole idea multiple times. It's kind of how I don't want to have to explain it like every 5 minutes is more or less what I'm saying. So I'm going to kind of wait till we hit the actual stream time, then I'll kind of explain it a little bit more. But yeah, let's go through some of the houses we have here. Hi, Jesse, by the way, as well. I, for the most part, tried to keep the main ones on here. So for instance, you might see that Dorne doesn't actually have a lot of them. Like, there's House Martell, I have Santagar on here, but then some of these other ones, they're kind of are they really that important? I have House Fowler on here, Ironwood, Dane, Blackmont's on here. So, yeah, I don't know. I tried to condense this as much as I could. I don't know about this game. What house are you going to play as? Jesse. I'm not playing as any, actually. So basically, who would win in conflict between neighbors? Yes, and that's going to eventually expand out into the entire world. So I'm just going to explain it now. So the way this is going to go is we're going to have a turn phase, which more or less is going to be randomized. So for instance, I put every single house that we have on here into a random wheel. So for instance, say this is going to be turn 1. Okay, so it would be the Velarion's turn phase or action phase, right? So then we would look at them. So they are down here. They would be, it would be their action phase. All right. So we would then go to the arrow line, right? Now again, this is a dumbed down version. So there's no like, oh, we would build up this or we would do that. Basically, they have a random direction in which they can move. And then this would be the spin arrow. So they would go left. So for instance, in this, they would go, if we go off the middle of it, they would attack Darkland of Duskendale. And then we would do a dice thing, which would do who wins. So it's, let's say, the one on the left, for instance, is going to always be the attacking one. So in this regard, it would be a tie. So in a result of a tie, nobody would win. And then we would reset the turn. We would go back to whoever is going to go next. So that's the basic premise. It'll be easier to understand when I actually start doing it. So yeah. House Karstark, oh no. Yeah, the North is going to be very interesting because the North has a lot of people that are right next to each other. So they're going to fight a lot. Whereas like someone like House Martell has like one fight and then, yeah. Also, I will do this arrow spinner because sometimes there's going to be certain situations where like, say we get Dorne, or not Dorne, we get House Martell and it goes south and there's nothing here. I will just instead redo the arrow until it hits something that they can do, whether that's empty territory, or fighting, like, say, the Santagars. Right? Make sense? Makes sense. Also, hi, Ghosty as well. But yeah, let me know who you guys think is going to win. Sounds simple? I hope so. I hope so. Sometimes I don't explain things the best, and I've kind of noticed that. But yeah, that is the overall premise. So we're going to start. Let me know down in chat, who do you think is going to win? See, because I personally think that a pacifist strategy in this could actually be really good. Like, say you're, for instance, what's a good example? Because a lot of these aren't great examples. Say you're House Baelish, your Littlefinger, right? They really, theoretically, can't, in their first turn, they, cannot hit. Yes, it's not strategic advantage. It's more or less based upon everybody's on an equal playing field, and kind of luck kind of depends on it. Also, hi, Ander. So that is more or less the premise. Now, Emir, I have had talks with one of my mods who's in chat, Matthew, about advancing this game into like a Risk style, or adding in some other things that maybe would make it a bit more fair. But I don't know. I want to see how this first one goes, and then we'll get into that. So, yeah. All right. So, with that being said, let's start. So, first turn phase is going to be House Stark. What a shock. It's always about the Starks. So, the Starks. Let's see what the Starks can do here. So, the Starks, it looks like, could either be going into a fight. They're pretty surrounded. They are all equal. They are all equal, Ghosty. I hope the Wildlings do well. I think it'd be interesting if they did, but that means they have to beat the Night's Watch. So, because that's their only thing they can do. So, House Stark, let's see what they're going to do. They are going to go to the top. Okay, oh, so we have an interesting one. So, we're going to go from Winterfell. So, I think if we went from Winterfell, because that's the middle. I always want to go from the middle of these lands. So, if we went from Winterfell, their capital, and we went, like, this direction, I think it's Bolton. So, we have a heavy hitter in the first kind of match. If you had to be born 20 years before Game of Thrones, and you could choose any region of the world, what would be the best life? I would personally go for the Reach. Because even when like wars are breaking out, they're not really touched by them. But yeah. When is this set? What has happened given all these? So, more or less the way I'm going to phrase this is, I don't have like an in-canon theory for this, but let's just say that all of these houses just say, screw it, we're going to rule independently, and say this is when maybe Dany is taken over, because I have the Targaryens in King's Landing. I know this is Baratheon, but it's not. This is Targaryen. This is the Targaryen faction, and also the Blackfires are in Griffin's Roost instead of the Conningtons. So that's kind of where we're at. So on the left will be Stark. On the right will be Bolton. Whichever is the higher number, that is who is going to win. So House Stark goes out in round 1. That's a little crazy to me. That's a little crazy. So then the way we would do this is we would go this into this. So now this is all Bolton territory. This is now all Bolton territory now. So just like that, round 1, now House Bolton has claimed the Starks. Because the Starks invaded the Boltons, they lose all of their land. Because they lost, let's say they have a rousing defeat and they lose. I don't know. We could maybe, if you guys want to change it for the next stream, we could do it where defense doesn't always like if you're the defending team and you win, you just defend your territory. You don't actually take the other person's territory. Who knows? But yeah. Hi Violet, by the way. This is deja vu. Yes. Man, it is really always the Starks. Yes. And rest in peace. The Starks have been taken over. All right. That will move on to our next turn. I love House Stark. I just think they're a little bit overrated. Well, they're now dead ghosts, so. But yeah, moving on. We have House Lannister, so we're hitting kind of the bigger houses. I was kind of hoping we would get some of the more minor houses, but all right. Let's see what House Lannister's looking like. So House Lannister, as long as they go anywhere north, they can kind of conquer something. They don't have to fight. So if you're the Lannisters, you probably want to go north here. Because of the way this is structured, going and fighting may not be a great idea. And Tywin goes, like, I guess this isn't Tywin, but the Lannisters in general go, like, north and to the left. So we're going to give them, off of Casterly Rock, we're going to give them this land. So the one thing that is a little annoying about this is I do have to, like, select the colors, but whatever. So this will now become this. So this is now the Lannisters. They've gained a little bit of land. I think that would work best. Matthew, are you talking about how I did the defense thing or different thing? The spinner is biased to the big houses? I think so. I think it's a little biased. It's funny too, Violet, because I was doing a practice one, more or less, and it also picked the Starks, so a little weird. Oh, hold on. That reminds me. I've got to actually remove them once they get killed. Okay, so House Stark is gone. That is the only one that has been killed so far. All right. Moving on. Oh, the defense thing? Okay. So we might implement that in the next one. Hightower. Okay. Interesting. So Hightower, I mean, Hightower's kind of set up pretty decently as long as they don't go, like, to their eastern border. So we'll see. We'll see. Are they going to fight or are they going to take some land? They are also taking some land. So it's like, I'd say, like, I think that makes sense. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll give them that land as well. And now you guys are gonna kind of see why this is gonna take a while. Because we've got to go through all of these, like, factions fighting, as well as some of them aren't even going to fight. Okay, the defense sounds good. Okay, so maybe we'll do that instead. Maybe that makes more sense. Okay, you know what? We'll implement that now, because I think you guys kind of like that idea a little bit more. And now that I'm kind of thinking about it, it kind of makes more sense. All right, moving on. Who will we have? It's so unrealistic. If the Boltons rose in open rebellion against Starks before the war, they would be crushed. I mean, that's kind of the fun of it, J-Lord. It's supposed to be like everyone's on an equal playing field. Like, legitimately, anyone could win. It's not like it's not meant to be realistic. That's not really the point. So House Went. They are in control of Harrenhal in this universe. Their house got resurrected. I don't know. Somehow they're still alive. So they're at Harrenhal, and they could go a number of ways. Oh, by the way, we'll say for the Iron Islands, I just gave the Greyjoys all of it. I didn't feel like making a bunch of mini skirmishes over these tiny little islands. I just give it to the Greyjoys. Maybe you guys might not like that, but that's kind of what I just decided to do. All right, so what will House Went do? House Went decides to go like northwest. So, oh, that's I don't know. I mean, I feel like if we go from here, hold on, let me look at the arrow one more time. Yeah, I think it's more leaning towards Smallwood, but I don't know. I think I like Smallwood for that, but who knows? I think that's the best. Some of these are going to be kind of debatable because just based on where I'm doing them, but I think that makes sense. I think the arrow would be pointing to that. I have heard about that, Andrew, as well. You sound like you're from King's Landing, not caring about the islands. Hey, Violet. Nobody wants to see all these just, like, it would take forever to get through this whole little area, okay? And the only ones that I'm like, oh yeah, these are major houses that I would put on here was Harlaw. So, maybe Blacktide. I would have put Blacktide on there as well. I wonder how the Seven Kingdoms would do being ruled by the Night's Watch. That'd be interesting. The leader would probably be elected, or the king would be elected, maybe. They could implement their own little system. It'd be interesting. All right, moving on. Back to the next turn. House Velaryon. They got it twice in less than 5 spins. What? What is the odds of that? All right. What does House Velaryon want to do? Where are they going? Okay, so they're going straight down. I mean, I think we just go... I think that makes sense. All right, so I think, again, we're seeing a lot of land getting conquered, which is probably a smart thing because you don't allow yourself to get defeated, but I want to see some action. Okay. Hey, they are the first faction to implement democracy. That would be true. They want their glory days back. True. Oh, so we could have House Rowan. Yeah, we could have literally any of the houses I have. House Hayford could be on the Iron Throne. And they're right next to it, so they could take over the Iron Throne. So, a lot of things could happen. All right, moving back. I want to see some action, man. I want to see some people kill each other. I want to see House... Okay, House Royce. All right. All right. So, House Royce. Where are they at again? They're right here, right? Yeah. Okay, so House Royce. Okay, we could see some action here. We could see some action. Are the others in there? They're not in this version, but Werewolf, I do have a plan for implementing them if we do this again that I think would be interesting. It revolves around the idea of we'd have our normal thing like we're doing right now for about maybe half of it, and then all of a sudden the others would break in this territory, and then they would just get a bonus to their roll. So it'd be harder to just defeat them. Like, they wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, one little incursion, they're dead. That's the way I thought about doing it. Okay, so House Royce, they are going to be going in. Okay, so okay, south. All right. Let's see. They if I go from the middle, it hits this. But if I go from the edge, okay. What do you guys think? I'm going to need a poll here. Or not a poll. Let me know down in the chat. Where do you think, given this arrow, where should I go? Should I go off of, like, here? Because if I go off of, like, here, it would be either Grafton of Goldtown or Aaron of Goldtown. Or it would be Red Fort. So, which one do you guys think? It's not going to be the Erie, because the Erie's off of this way. Red Fort? Okay, so Werewolf is saying Red Fort. I'll see the arrow again. It's like a downwards left. Get a protractor? Maybe, Andrew, maybe. I don't know if it's that serious, but maybe. Aaron? So you would say this then. Because this is kind of like Aaron. It'd be like here. Either Goldtown. Okay. I'm getting some... You guys are giving me some very differing answers. Okay, hold on. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a poll. We're going to do a poll. Also, I'm using my laptop for chat now, so there's that. Okay, so we're going to do Red Fort or Goldtown. Whatever you guys decide for this will decide where we attack. Or where they attack. I do have my tea as well for the stream, so you'll love to see that. Got some more green tea. Okay, so we're seeing... okay, so mainly Goldtown. All right, so we're going to do Goldtown then. I think if I was going to go off of it, I think it's got to be... If we go off of their capital, well, let's say this one. Let's do this one. We'll do this one. If we're going to do Goldtown, we might as well do the first one. So... this will now take over part of Goldtown. I like that. I think you guys made the right decision there. But yeah. I usually don't like honey, but honey and green tea is pretty good. I've never had honey in it. That will be interesting. All right, that will move us back to the wheel. House Tarth. Interesting. All right. So we have House Tarth. Now, they're surrounded by a ton. So they have to go to their left. That's all we know. They could potentially take on House Baratheon. Interesting. All right, here we go. That didn't lead to any... yeah, okay. So we're going to have to re-roll because that didn't go anywhere. Top left. We go from here. I think we give them Penrose. Because... you'd have to go from the tip to give them... okay, so we're going to go Penrose for that one. I think that one's a little bit more clear-cut. Greece, I know you're neutral, but which house do you want to win? Do I want to win? I want to see... I want to see the Blackfires win. I think that'd be pretty cool. Do I think they're going to win? No, I think House Martell is going to win. I think this whole isolation thing down here, if they can just win one time... could be huge. Like, they could last for a long time until they really got to get into a real fight. And by that time, like, so we might have empires, like, where it's like they control half of the map. And then they win one time. And I think House Martell or Santagar is in a very good position. I think they're in a very good position to take this. All right, moving on. Who will we get? I also have my Diet Mountain Dew alongside of my green tea. Okay. So House Bolton took out House Stark in the first turn. Now we are implementing the new rules because you guys, I think, liked that better. But the Boltons most likely are going to attack. They have only one direction where they couldn't attack, and they'd have to get like very far southeast to end up getting Flint of Widow's Watch. But we'll see what they get. I think they're going to be attacking though. Okay, so bottom left. Oh, that's kind of a tough one because their land is so kind of messed up. I think you would go Manderley. I think you go Manderley here. Because the problem would be for it to run... if you did it from the Dreadfort, it would go to the Manderleys. So I think we're going to have the Manderleys versus the Boltons. Again, we're implementing just for just after turn 1 because I think it makes more sense, and I think chat, you guys like this better, that the defense, if they win, does not get the other person's land. So you can only take land on an attacking turn. So again, left will be the Boltons, right will be the Manderleys. It is a tie, so no one wins. We have a draw. Nobody was able to win. The Boltons, maybe they just got tired of the siege. They just were losing too many men, didn't want to fight anymore. They back off. And that will lead us to our next turn. What's the worst life in the world? Peasant in the Iron Island, bed slave and lease, fighting slave marine, marine, peasant in the Clegane lands, or a welding. I would definitely say probably Clegane lands. Out of all those options, I would say the Cleganes. All right, moving on. Also, Mountain Dew with tea is crazy. Well, it's diet, Ander. But yeah, no, it is crazy. All right, Blackfires. This is the team I want to win. What direction will they go? They've just invaded. They're doing another Blackfire rebellion. They decide to go like basically straight south. So I'm going to give them Mistwood. I think that makes sense. We haven't really seen a ton of fighting, which I think is very interesting. I thought there was going to be much more fighting in this to start off, but it just appears not. So maybe we're going to see a lot of land taking, and then we'll see a big old fight. Blackfire and Baratheon is sitting right next to each other, looking a little interesting. Do the Boltons still have the Starks area with the new rule? Yes. We're just going to go off that because we made the rule after. Keeps it fair. That's going to be still under Bolton rule. All right. Moving on. Oakheart. Okay. Oakheart. All right. They are over here. Yeah, okay. So, they also have a likelihood that they are going to fight here. If they go east, they will not fight. But, you know, since everyone is at war, what would you call this? The dance of everyone. Not just the dragons, the dance of everyone. All right. Let's see which way the Oakhearts move. They'd go straight north. So I'm going to say that's Kraykall. Oh, it kind of pushes because of this part here. Okay, hold on. If we go from Old Oak, where the O is. Oh, I think that's Swift. I think that's Swift. I think we're going to go Swift versus Old Oak. I think from the middle of the O, it goes to Swift first. So, here we go. We have Oakhearts on the left, and we have Swift on the right. Oakhearts take out Swift. The Swift army is dead. The Swifties are dead. They've been destroyed, reduced to atoms. Also, I did try to keep the colors the same as the sigils, but on some of these, it got really tough because of a lot of these houses having the same color patterns. But I tried my best. So there we go. House Oakhart makes a pretty seasonable, or pretty sizable gain. Shouldn't the Boltons move to Winterfell as it is the larger castle? We could do that. That makes sense. You know what? I agree with that. Next time the Boltons come up, we'll do it from Winterfell. Warring States, period. Yeah, I agree. The Blackfire's being led by Maely's son. I was just going to have him being led by Young Griff, but, you know, we can do that too. Your Grace, honey on fried chicken is delicious. That sounds very interesting, Ashley. I won't lie. All right, moving on. Oh, shit, hold on. After this goes. Okay, so the Night's Watch are moving. I need to get rid of House Swift. House Swift is gone. Update the wheel. The Night's Watch did get it. So the Night's Watch has really 2 moves. 3 moves. Oh, that's not true. They could also actually take this as well. Okay, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what happens. They went bottom, like, left. Okay, so if we go from, like, Castle Black, it'd be... Yeah, it would just be the Mountain Clan lands. All right. So, pretty easy take for the Night's Watch. You love to see that for the Night's Watch. They can kind of expand out a little bit. But think about if the Wildlings get drawn and they take this. They get a nice little stretch of land, and then they take out the Boltons. Could be very interesting. Very interesting. Things could be happening. All right, moving on. Also, let me know how your guys' day was. What'd you guys do to... It's rigged. This wheel wants House Bolton to win. It's rigged. I'm telling you, it's rigged. There are 61 totals, and we've gotten Bolton twice. Rigged. I'm telling you, it's rigged. All right, so House Bolton. Where will they aggress this time? We saw them try to take out the Manderleys. They've taken out the Starks. Oh, okay, that's a tough one. So we're going to go from Winterfell this time. So Winterfell, if we go bottom left, it'd be like Kerwin. Okay, so they're going to gain more territory. The Boltons are not playing around in this, man. They're really, really making a nice little central hub here. So we're getting to an interesting thing here. I mean, we could see Bolton and Frey. To get south, you pretty much have to go through the Freys. So we could see that at some point. But the Bolton so far has arisen as a very dominant power in the north. The wheel likes the Boltons? It does. The north is doomed. Yep. Yep. Your options right now, it's looking like, is like the Wildlings coming south, the Night's Watch, or the Boltons. Best regime, a Targaryen king, a Stark queen, a Stark hand, and half a Targaryen, half Stark royal family. I don't even know if the Targaryens would be the best. Because it depends if they have a dragon or not. Because dragons are not good for anyone, really. Down with COVID, spent the day in bed and can't sleep now. I hate to see that, Amir. I hope you feel better and hope you're able to sleep and stuff like that. I have also... I'm not sick now, but like over the last month, I was like sick as hell. Like 2 different weeks, so... Hope you feel better, Amir, and hope you, can, sleep and stuff. All right, moving on. Who are we going to get next? If he gives me Bolton again, okay, Fowler. So interesting thing about the Fowlers, right? There's actually 2 spots on this map. Or not Fowler, it's for Fossaway, but I might as well bring this up now. There's 2 spots for Fossaway, so I didn't really know which one to do. I just did the bottom one, but that is an interesting thing. So Fowler, in a kind of a little... bulk of just blood that's gonna happen. What will they do? What's House Fowler going to do? Where are they going? No problem, Amir. All right, so they are gonna go dead south. If we go from Skyreach, I think that gives us Sandstone. So again, not a lot of aggression. We're seeing a lot of like land grabs on either minor houses that just didn't have enough power to defend themselves or not inhabited land. We'll see. All right. So, back to the random wheel picker because we did not have any type of violence, more or less. Well, I guess the peasants kind of struggled. House Dustin. Okay. Could be a huge little war we have here. Let's see what happens here. Where is House Dustin going to go? I'm glad we're getting a lot of the northern... Oh, no. That's... Okay. House Dustin can take all of this land here if they win this next roll. This is a huge roll. Again, guys. House Dustin will be on the left. House Bolton on the right. This is for a major landmass. Oh, and the Boltons defend it. No. Well, again, like I said, we're not going to be doing... if the attacking team loses, they lose all their land. It's just they had a failed little incursion and nothing really happened. So, unfortunate. What do you mean 1 territory, Matthew? House Bolton is here to stay, I will say. All right. House Tully. So they're kind of centralized, like in the normal story. And they are going to be fighting. Unless it goes south, it looks like they're going to be fighting. I keep saying this, but it keeps not happening. So hopefully, we see some action. Is Young Griff really Aegon? So, I think it's... If I was going to guess, I'd say 65-35 he is a Blackfire. But I think there is some evidence to point to him being a Targaryen as well. So, I don't know. I mean, to me, I think personally he's Blackfire, though. If the Boltons win this, I'm going to riot. Well, you better start rioting, because it's rigged. If House Dustin won against the Boltons, they should only lose 1 territory. See, Matthew, here's the problem with that, though, Matthew. If we did that, we'd be here for days. So, I don't know. I don't like doing that part of it, Matthew. I don't like doing that because then this would take forever. This would literally take forever. So, House Tully is moving to, like, their bottom left. So, if we go from River Run, that's going to hit Lefford. So, they're going to the Golden Tooth. Let's see how this goes. Again, Tully on the left, Lefford on the right. It's a tie. We're not seeing a lot of death. I want to see more death. I want to see the sack of King's Landing, okay? What's going on here? So House Tully, again, is fine. They're fine. House Tully, House Lufford, they are fine. Moving on to our next one. House Riker. Let's find House Riker. Where's House Riker at? Is it like... There it is. All right. So, they may be fighting, may not be fighting. They could be fighting for the rest of Duskendale. Let's find out. Sack of Casterly Rock is what I want. Maybe. The larger you get, the more prone you are to invasion. So being larger, you would be weaker unless you would give some advantage to more territory. You could also do more dice for more territory. That's true. I could. I don't know. These are all things that we'll keep in mind if we do this again. But for now, I want to keep it very bare bones. Just for this first one. And then we can kind of build on it each time we do this. If we do this as a reoccurring thing. So I did Riker, and they went north, which will lead them to Rook's Rest. So they will claim that. Again, maybe it's better that we're getting a lot of the neutral lands claimed now, because then later on, we'll see a lot more of fighting. I don't know. I don't know how to see it, because we've seen a lot of passive play here, and I don't know if I like that or not. All right, moving on. House Stokeworth. We're kind of staying in the crown ones. All right. House Stokeworth. They could make a play. I don't think so, though, because I think if they get south, they're going to go to Rosby. So I'm interested to see here. Where are they going to go? Where's House Stokeworth going to go? Oh, they were so close. If they had gone maybe straight down, I would have made an exception, and they attack the Targaryens. But they're going to be attacking House Rosby. Yes, in this canon, we are going to say that Bronn rules House Stokeworth. So, Stokeworth on the left, another tie, man. I want to see some carnage. All right, so nothing happens again. People break in our hearts. I'm glad the Hornwoods are keeping it neutral. Yeah. House Waynwood. All right. Where are they at? They should be like in this area. Where are they at? All right, House Waynwood. They could attack the Eyrie. They could make a play for the capital. We could see another major house go... Oh, why did I do that? We don't even know what direction they're going in. Okay. Oh. Guys. Guys. The Eyrie is under siege, lads. The Eyrie is under siege. Okay, so. Here we go. Waynwood on the left. Arryn on the right. We could have seen one of the greatest upsets of all time. But it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. Waynwood chokes it away. They could have had a major power grab. And they choked. Simple as that. They choked. They choked. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I wanted to see them actually do it. House Rosby. Wait, didn't they die or are they still alive? I know we just had a battle with them, didn't we? Yeah, okay. So they're still alive. House Rosby. Where will they go? Can they even go that direction? I'm not having them go across the water, so we're spinning again. Okay, bottom left. Oh. Does that line up right? Oh, lads, House Rosby could be making a play for the throne. Will we see our first Rosby king or queen? Okay. The Waynwoods have had enough of the boy Lord Robert Arryn. Yes, they made a play. They failed. How do you remember where all these houses are? Violet, I'll keep it 100% with you. It's because it took me at least an hour and a half to do this map. Like, in some of them, I'm not going to remember as well. I just know kind of the area that they're in. But here we go. On the left. Who do we have fighting against? Oh, Rosby. On the left, we have House Rosby. On the right, we have House Targaryen. House Rosby has taken the throne. House Targaryen is no more. They've been destroyed. Oh, the sack. The sack of King's Landing. House Targaryen is no more. Gone. Reduced to atoms. Let's move down here. We got to get rid of House Targaryen wherever they are. The Targs have been demolished. The sack of King's Landing, as Matthew says. Who would have thought House Rosby would be in control of King's Landing? Who would have thought? They now control a little sizable little chunk here, and they really have started their empire. All right, they're gonna become Darth Vader. Okay, they're gonna start taking over. I'm really enjoying it. Thank you, Jim. I'm glad you're liking this. I'm glad. This took a lot of time and effort into putting together, trying to figure out how to do this all. So I appreciate that. That's embarrassing for the Targaryens. Hey, they're just not the same house that they were, man. They just aren't. That's funny. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Targaryens they suck. All right, how's Lefford? Are they going to do a retaliation attack on the Tullys? As we saw, the Tullys failed an invasion on House Lefford. That is not the case. House Lefford is going to go crazy, and they're going to attack House Marbrand. Okay. And it is a defensive hold from House Marbrand. Good. I like House Marbrand more than House Lefford. I don't know how you guys feel about that. But, yeah. The worst house in all of fiction. Whoa, Andrew. I don't know about that. They're a pretty destructive house, but I love my Targaryens, so. It is a little painful that they went out. It's a little embarrassing. Just a little embarrassing. Celtigar. All right. Where's Celtigar? Up here? Right. All right. Celtigar, they really only have one direction they can... Yeah, they only have one direction they can go, so I'm not even going to spin the wheel. Like, they can't... Okay, if they get the perfect wheel, I will let them attack I'll let them attack... Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot to mention this. So, actually, because I gave the Targaryens Dragonstone as well, Rosby also takes over Dragonstone. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. But, yeah. Wouldn't they only be kings of the throne since I thought all the houses broke free? That is true. That is true. But theoretically, okay, they're trying to establish order. And it wouldn't really be the storm ones where it'd be more like the crown ones, but, you know. All right, so they went straight up north. That's not really where this is, but we're going to give them to it because it's really the only thing they can get, personally. So, House Celtigar has landed. They have landed onto Westeros, and they continue. Why do I... Notification, go away. You're blocking half my chat. All right, thank you. All right. So, moving on. I want to see some more action in the north. I really do. I want to see more action in the north. House Riker again. I don't even remember where Riker is. Like, okay, it's over here. So they actually did some invading. Could they take out House Eltigar, who just took land? Is it going to happen? Let's see what the arrow says. To the top left. We go from Rook's Rest, because theoretically, you would go to kind of their bigger landmass. I don't really think this hits anything. If you went from here, maybe I think we're gonna re-roll that because I don't think that actually hits anything. So let's do that again. Let's roll again. It did literally the same thing, but it's just more. Okay, it's more to the left. So I'll kind of give it to them now. They are going to fight House Mooten. All right, House Mooten on the right, Riker on the left. And another good defense. Another good defense. So, that'll bring us back to the wheel. House Dairy. Okay. Where's House Dairy at? Are they ever... Right here. Okay. House Dairy. They have a lot of things around them. So, they're going to hope they're going north. They go to their left. Like this. Well... I think we would go this way. Right? Or would you guys go... I think it's... We're gonna give them the wide open territory. Because personally, I think that makes more sense. So they gain a little bit of land. They expand a little bit. I hate all these good defending. You know, Violet, I do too, but when you think about it, it is kind of realistic. Because it's easier to defend than it would be to attack. But I want some people to die, man. I want people to die. We'll see. We'll see. House Redfort. Okay. We're going to spin the arrow because I know where they are already, but they go to the bottom right. We're not going to have them attacking overseas because it's only going to be for, like, island nations. So, we're going to respin. We're going to respin. I don't like that. They go straight north and to the left. We have another play for the Erie lads. People are fed up with Robert Aaron's bullshit, and they're like, we're coming. So, Redfort on the left, Aaron on the right. And House Aaron falls. They were attacked 2 different times, and this time, House Redfort gets the best of them. And the Vale has a little bit of a shakeup. Violet was saying she didn't like all this defending nonsense. Well, we see a major power play by House Redfort as they take the capital. What a huge power grab. Huge power grab. All right, moving on. House Redfort, major. But let's think about this now. House Aaron and House Stark are gone. Can't the Starks still win through the Karstarks? They could. They could also technically, Werewolf, win off of the Night's Watch if you want to consider Jon Snow as the Lord Commander. So you could go off of either one of those two. They threw Rob out the moon door. Yep. House Hightower is going to be getting another spin. Where will they go? To their bottom right. I mean, if we go from Old Town, I would say their bottom right is Sunhouse. Is that actually what this land's called? It doesn't feel right. But huge. So more land for the Hightowers. How is Jon Lord Commander when the Targets are ruling? I was saying that maybe Dany came over, and that's the beginning of the story. That was how I was playing it, as Dany was ruling. I don't know. You can make up your own thing, because, again, hard to do this. All right. Hightowers are getting pretty strong now. They've now basically secured their southern border. They now have to worry about kind of their eastern side here, this northeastern side, but they're looking real good. They're looking real good right now. All right. Oh, also, while that's doing its thing, we got to get rid of House Aaron. They are no more. All right, House Manderly. They were attacked earlier on in the stream by House Bolton. What will they do? What will they choose to do here? Will they fight back? Will they roll over? Top left. Oh, that's definitely. And the Targaryens. I forgot about the Targaryens. Can the Manderleys take the Boltons down? Can they avenge the Red Wedding? Again, Manderleys on the left, Boltons on the right. And just like that, another major house falls. House Bolton is dethroned by House Manderly. And the power here, huge. They take over the Dreadfort and Winterfell and take over the central part of the north. Violet had their backs, and they did get it. Yo, Lord Grease, why do you think that Stannis thinks that the Hound kissed her, the unkissed? I'm not sure, Leo. That's a theory that I don't know a ton about, but I would love to hear your thoughts, Leo. Why do you think so? Because personally, I don't really have a big opinion on that. I don't know really why. But moving on. Oh, I gotta eliminate House Bolton. Hold on. I keep forgetting to eliminate him off the wheel. But either way, if they come back on here, I'll just remind me. House Bracken. Now, this is the match I've been waiting for. I want to see this match. House Bracken, House Blackwood. It needs to happen. It needs to happen here. I think that Sansa is in love with Sander. Okay. Or Sandor. Maybe. Maybe. So, to the left, to the bottom left. Wait, what else did we even do again? Oh, Bracken. They're going to try and take on River Run. Interesting. So, here we go. On the left, we have House Bracken. On the right, we have House Tully. And you know what's kind of funny is this kind of makes sense a little bit. When you think about it, on Jaime's kind of like some of his last chapters, or his last chapter, I don't know if it's his last chapter, but how the Brackens bent the knee much quicker than, say, the Blackwoods did, and the Blackwoods are more loyal to the Tullys. Will House Bracken take down House Tully? You think that'll be more Ashmark? Wait, what? I don't know what you're saying, Matthew, but here we go. A tie. So, you know, both sides had enough of their fighting, and they were like, meh. Will Jon's attributes become like the Targaryens when he returns to life, and will he become the Unburned? If that happens, what do you think will happen? I don't think Jon is going to act more inherently like a Targaryen. I think he'll be more wolf-like, more or less. I think he'll be someone that is a little bit more maybe aggressive and a little bit more quicker to anger. All right, Hightower is making another play. They have gotten this wheel a lot. We've been saying a lot about the Boltons, but they go straight right. We go from Old Town. Does it hit Dane? Oh. I don't know, guys. What do you think here? Do we go Blackmont or Dane? The first two in the chat that get Dane. Okay, so Violet says Dane. Hey, if anyone backs up Violet, I will go Dane. I'm gonna leave this up to you guys. What do you guys think? Dane or Blackmont? Dane? All right, we're going Dane. Hightower versus Dane. Will Starfall fall? House Hightower will be on the left. Okay, bye, Mom. And they defend it. So, House Dane defends against House Hightower. Will House Dane get their vengeance in the future? Always something to think about. But House Dane stays alive for now. Clegane. All right, so House Clegane. Where will they go? Will they rebel against the Lannisters? Could be, because they're very close together. That's definitely, that's definitely the Lannisters. Clegane, will they take out House Lannister? Will another huge house fall? And the House Lannister falls. Clegane, off of one battle, gets all of this. They get the riches of House Lannister. And another major house falls. I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. That one surprised me. Also, I really hate that House or Clegane and House like Greyjoy look the same, but whatever. Gregor said, "Screw you, Tywin," and shoved his sword up his ass and killed him. That's what just happened. Okay. Well, what a time to be alive. And let's delete House Lannister. I didn't think I'd have to be deleting them so early. I thought they had a pretty easy start. I mean, I think, you look around them, they didn't have a ton there except for like kind of this border. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Moving on. We've seen some major houses. We've seen some upsets. Ironwood. Interesting. Okay, what direction does Ironwood go? Bottom right. I think if we went off of Iron, it'd be like, I think we'll give him that. I think that makes sense based on what we got there. So now we have new wardens in the east, west, and north. No, Amir, we don't have new wardens. We have new kings. We have new kings of the north, kings of the west, kings of the east. All right. So Ironwood, Fowler and Ironwood are kind of on each other's borders. Yes, the great houses seem to be struggling here. I think we're just struggling here. I think the big houses are getting killed off like flies. House Mooten, they were attacked earlier on in the stream. Will they be able to get some vengeance? So bottom left. House Mooten, where is House Mooten? I forget where House Mooten is. Where is House Mooten? Oh, here we go. Maidenpool. That's right. That's right. All right. So we had bottom left. So if we go off of Maidenpool, it would be Harrenhal. Did you get rid of the Lannisters in the spin? I did, Violet. I did. I think. Maybe I didn't update it. I definitely took them off, but yes, I think I did. All right, Maidenpool versus Went. And Went has a good defense. All right, let's update this because I don't think I actually updated it. Let's update. Just as a little reminder, like, look how few houses are left in the north. Manderley, Umber, Karstark, Dustin, Glover, Wildling, and Night's Watch. We also have some in the southern part, but we're getting there. All right, moving on. The dragons are the spice of the story, not too much. That's kind of fair. Okay, House Mallister. What direction will they go? I think left is directly into... I think I count this. I think we're going to have House Mallister against the Greyjoys. Can the Greyjoys be taken down? No, the Greyjoys, what a defense. I want to see the Wildlings do something. I agree. I want to see the Wildlings take on the Watch. I want to see the battle for the wall once again, but it just doesn't seem like it's going to happen yet. House Mooten again. Oh, God. House Mooten again. What are we doing this time? We're going the top right. I mean, we'd have to go from here because we're not going to go across the, like, this little river here. We're going to go here. We're going to give them salt pans. I don't know, I have a struggle with, like, trying to remember where House Mooten is and where Maidenpool is. But that will move us on to the next one. House Tyrell. We haven't seen them do anything. A major house. Could they do better than some of their counterpart houses? House Tyrell, they're going to, like, their top left, but we're going to go from Highgarden. So it would be like... It kind of clips, like, maybe here. I think we give them Holy Hall. I think that makes sense. I want the Wildlings to win the wall for once. Oh, okay, Violet. All right, maybe it'll happen. We don't know. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it'll happen. But the Tyrells gain some land. They gain a little bit of land. They start, you know, trying to do something. They're trying to take advantage of the Lannisters being out, the Starks being out, the Targaryens being out, the Arryns. House Marbrand. Or Marbrand. I don't know how you say their name. Where will they go? So top left. They are here. So top left. So if we go from Ashmark, which is kind of what we've been doing, we've been kind of going on kind of the capital or whatever. I think that would be the Westerlings. That's the Westerlings, 100%. So can House Marbrand take out House Westerling? It's another tie. We don't. The Mallisters hate the Ironborn. That is correct. That makes it a nice rivalry. Do I think that Jorah will betray Dany? I think it's possible. I don't... That's a tough question, Mar. I don't know. I think it's possible, but I wouldn't be predicting it. So that's how I'll answer the question. All right, moving on. House Marbrand, they missed their opportunity to take over another house. House Clegane, will they continue their dominance of the Westerlands? Bottom right. So they're not going west anymore. We go from Casterly Rock, because the Cleganes have now taken it over. That could be a huge one. If the Clegane can win this, so Clegane on the left, Swift on the right. They don't win. That would have been huge. If they could have gotten all of this land here, taken over pretty much the entire, like, western coast outside of Craig Hall, that could have been huge. All right, moving on, though. Clegane fails another assault. Karstark. We haven't seen Karstark. We're going back up north, which I'm glad. I want to see this kind of conflict in the north resolve itself a little bit. I think it's going to be, yeah, nowhere, really. Yeah, from Carhold that goes nowhere. We're going to do it again. Okay, a little bit to the top left. That's going to definitely be Umber. So House Umber against Karstark. Will Karstark take out Umber? They will. House Umber falls, and Karstark takes their land, becoming another dominant power in the north. But here we go. This is what we got here. So let's take out House Umber. They fall. But there we go. The Starks strike back. They do. All right, moving on. We have House Riker. They've had a couple or twos that do things. I don't know if they've actually done anything. I don't remember. North. So House Riker, they should be... Where is House Riker? I'm getting confused on these houses. Right here, correct? Yeah. All right, so they went north. Again, they can't really go that direction. They could go across the river, but we're not going to have them do that. Top right. Top right. I mean, that's more to the... I guess we'll go with that. So we'll have Celtigars or Celtigars, I don't know how you say their name, against Riker. Who wins? It's a tie. Good defense again. How do you think Morning slash or Rhaena's dragon died? I think there's a possibility it may have been poisoned, but I'm not sure on that one, Mystery. What do you think? I'm curious to see what you think about that. If House Bracken wins this, I win. Okay, all right. What does that mean, J-Lord, on your question? War, yes. Rosby just took out the dragons and took the Iron Throne and said, I'm good. Yeah, they're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not going to really do much. I feel like they're pretty content with how this war is going. I can see your point there, Ghost, but I also think House of Ilarion just falls in power. As the video, it's going to be uploaded tomorrow, kind of does like a journey of them as a whole and kind of exactly what you're talking about, but it is interesting. All right, House Reed, what will they do? Straight north. So they're going to go, okay, north, but to the left, correct? Yeah, so they're going to take on the Dustins. Can House Reed take them out? They cannot. Another good... We got too many defends, man. We got too many defends. I don't know. I kind of am now thinking maybe leaning back towards the other idea, where if you lose a defense, you just lose. Because there's so many defends that just win. I don't know. House Peak. Dude, it would be a massively different tree. Massively different. Okay, so we had House Peak. They should be over here. And they went to the... Oh, we haven't enrolled them yet. They went to the left. So if we go from Star Pipe, that would be Tyrell. Will the Peaks take out House Tyrell? They will. House Peak, a traditionally shitty house that is known to not be the greatest people. They're Lord Peak during Aegon III's reign, or I guess before it even started, was kind of an ass. But House Peak takes out Tyrell and Highgarden. Another big play there. I agree, Ghost. I agree. If they both died as children, I mean, there'd be a lot of things that'd be different. I still think maybe not Robert's Rebellion specifically happens, but something along those lines does happen. Again, because already the Mad King was creating issues. So again, something would have eventually happened. Peaks won't stop until they get 2 more castles. Fair. But you know, I agree. All right, let's move on. I need to drink my tea. I haven't been drinking my tea very much. House Darklin, okay. What is House Darklin going to do? They're going to go to the bottom left. So they are going to go from... They're going to try and take out House Rosby. They are the ruling class at the moment. Oh, why did I spin the wheel? I didn't need to spin the wheel. If this number over here is different, House Darklin will take over King's Landing. They do not. House Rosby defends their capital. They don't go down. That could have been real dangerous for House Rosby. That was very dangerous. Moving on. House Frey. We haven't seen House Frey yet. What will House Frey do? They've been a little late to the game, but what will they do? They go to the right, correct? Yes, they go to the right. If you go up in the twins, they would just gain some land. All right, so they'll take some land. The late Lord Frey gets a little bit of land. He gets it pretty, you know, shit. Did the wrong thing there. All right, twins. There you go. A little bit more land. We're now really going to see this battle here eventually. We're going to see if they can hold their area. Moving on. House Martell, one of my favorites to win. They really have one battle they need to win here, but you can't go any... Oh, no, you can't go south from... We'll go do a reboot? What did I just say? Redo. They can't go south, Wheel. Or Arrow. Pick somewhere else. North and to the right. That would give them Ghost Hill, so we'll give them that. The AI is revolutionary. It might be a little, you know, maybe the dice just are not a fan. You maybe say east instead of right. I could if you would really like me to. Casper, if you would really like me to. All right. Moving on. House Tarley. Another house that we have not seen yet. So to the northeast of House Tarley. Where are they at? Oh, Hornhill. Okay, here we go. So, north and to the... It's more like... It's kind of tough. You're going into peak either way. So we're going to have another play. Another play for the region. And Tarley could not do it. He couldn't beat the peaks. Unfortunate, and House Tarley... Just, I mean, that was a blunder. That was a blunder. They should have had that. House Blackwood. Let's see what they're able to do. What is House Blackwood going to do? North. Oh, wait, they can. Hold on. They're going to attack the Malisters. And they win. What an interesting change of events. House Blackwood takes out House Malister. They kind of claim this little part. You know, actually, this would be a major play. This is a major play here. Having this whole ring here and this little port. That's actually, like, if you were talking about real life, like, that'd actually be a major power play. If you had to pick one character that reminds you the most of Greece, who would you pick? Oh, God. Yeah, you guys have fun with that question. Given the feat of the great houses, Martell is in danger. This is true, but they only have to win one battle. Just one battle. They have to win one. Just joined, so I'm going to start from the beginning, so I won't be chatting this stream. Sounds good, Nightwalker. I hope you enjoy the stream. The only thing worse than a Targaryen is a Blackwood. That's a hot take there you got there, Ander. All right, moving on. No, hold on. We gotta get rid of House Mallister. Rip House Mallister. House Stokeworth. Let's find them. They are right here. They could also make a play for the throne. Will they is a different question. They will. They're gonna make a play for the throne. They make a play for the throne. Can House Stokeworth, led by Bronn, take the throne? And he will. Bronn is sitting on the Iron Throne. What is going on? We've now had House Rosby and House Stokeworth sitting on the Iron Throne. What is going on? What? What is happening? Also, hi Larry, and also hi Jordan. And this is a very interesting timeline. Very interesting timeline. Fun fact: through the Blackwoods, the Starks and Targaryens are related. Very interesting. I'm rooting for House Mooten at this point. Interesting. All right, not sure. All right. But that is a very interesting... Oh, Tully's still on here. Wait, is House Tully still on here? How many houses have died that I'm, like, questioning? Like, all right. Where is House Rosby? There they are. House Rosby, unfortunately, is gone. They had a good run. They did have a good run, but... The fact that a lot of major houses have been taken out and Bronn is sitting on the Iron Throne right now is crazy. House Dustin, we go back to the north where I'm excited to see it. Where is House Dustin going to go? To the left. Oh, they're being boring. They just take some land. I mean, they take a lot of land. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is a big power move. They control the entire left-turn side. But, come on, man. How do you take out the dragons but not Bronn? That's a fantastic question. One we may never get the answer to. House Glover. Okay. The north is seeing some action. What's going to happen here? Bottom, that's going to be going right to this. That's going to be going right here to the main release. Will House Glover take over? They do. House Glover has dethroned the Manderleys. No longer are they the dominant force of the North. House Glover takes it. And just like that, we see a massive amount of Glover. How related was Robert to Rhaegar? Like, loosely related. They weren't that close. It's kind of like they were, like, cousins, I think. I think that's kind of what it is, more or less. They just remembered they made Bronn Master of Coin. Yeah. House Glover has a major play there. It's because they didn't stand by Jon Snow. Yep. All right. So that will eliminate House Manderley. Let's go back up. Let's find Manderley. They are now gone. A lot of northern houses have been kind of destroyed. I think it is second cousins. I'm not sure on that though, Violet. Moving on, we have House Westerling. House Westerling is still alive. They were attacked earlier. But bottom left. I guess we'll give him Sarsfield. I mean, that's kind of like the closest we can do there. We'll just go ahead and give him that. Yeah, give me my pick from a map. All right. House Westerling makes a little bit of gains. A little bit. They do deserve it. I'll give it that to you, Ghost. Westeros has always reminded me of a goblin-like creature. The north is the head. It looks towards the east. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. I can see it. All right. Moving on. Faircastle. I could have done Faircastle as well, but it's whatever. We got Tully. What will House Tully do? They had a failed invasion earlier, but will they do something else this time? Bottom right from River Run is going to be Vance. All right. Nothing crazy for House River or House Tully. I don't know why I call them House River Run. House Tully, they will just take some more land. And that's what we see so far. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. All right, back to the wheel we go. House Tully, one of the few major houses alive. House Tarth, we see them once again. They're going to go to the right. There is nothing to the right, so we're going to have to do that again. He took the mill? Yeah. All right. Why does it keep giving me stuff in the bottom right? They don't own anything in the bottom right. Top left. I guess I'll say that's here. So again, Tarth just expanding, getting some more territory. Nothing crazy happening here again for House Tarth. They're kind of establishing a main base of operations here in the southern, or I guess northern part of the Stormlands. They're trying not to fight. Yes. Usually most of the chaos is in the Riverlands. Yeah, and the Riverlands have been fairly peaceful for the most part, which I think is very interesting. A lot of the bloodshed's been in the north. They're having a massive civil war right now. And that's why I'm kind of interested in the north. I want to see us like the northern plot finished, and then we go south. House Mooten. They've been called upon a lot. We have to go straight south. So straight south, they will gain some more land. We're seeing a little more pacifism again. Seeing some plays for land. And House Mooten, they're growing in size. That's all we'll say. Moving on. House Waynwood. So they attempted to take House Aaron down earlier, and they failed. What will they do this time? And it looks like they're going to try it again. House Waynwood is attempting to take out House Redfort, and they will do so. So a major power shift here. On the their second rebellion against the Eyrie and the controlling power, they do win this time, and they take a substantial amount of land as well. Interesting things. All right. Back to the wheel. Oh, I also have to remove House Redfort. House Redfort has been gone. And we got House Clegane. So, where will House Clegane go? They have a very big amount of land considering where they started. We go from Casterly Rock, and it's to... It looks like they're going to take on House Westerling. So, House Westerling versus House Clegane. House Clegane takes more land. House Clegane is getting mighty strong. They're getting real strong here. Because now you've got all of this land. All of this. Huge power. That's a huge power spike there. House Clegane now controls a ton. That was actually major. So House Westerling, they also fall. Unfortunately, they go out a little quicker than maybe you guys would have liked. I don't know how you guys feel about House Westerling. House Redwine. What direction will they go? We'll go to the right. So they will go from... Oh, that's kind of an interesting arrow. So it's like... I think we're going to go Hightower. I think that makes the most sense. So the Red Wines versus the Hightowers. The Hightowers, they can't be beaten. They cannot be beaten. They have a nice defense, and we'll continue our wheel. House Tyrell. Where's House Tyrell going to go? Again, a major house. Haven't done anything crazy so far. Oh, House Tyrell. This is still... No, they got taken over. They got taken over. Right. So House Tyrell, we need to remove. They are not on here anymore. Do they own all of the Westerlands now? They're missing, like, this part. They're kind of missing, like, this part. They're also missing this upper part as well, but they control a bulk majority of it, yes. All right. Moving on. We have the Celtigars. What will they do? Kind of to the north and to the left. They don't really have anything to the north and to the left, so we're gonna re-roll this. I'm not having them going across rivers. I mean, I don't know what to do with this situation because they're in a weird spot where they really should just be going against Riker, because it doesn't really make sense to go to these islands. But I don't know, how do you guys feel about this? Should I roll it to where they can fight like one of these islands, or should I just go against House Riker? What do you guys think? Let me know. Either type Riker or the islands, because I don't think it makes any sense for them to just kind of like skip this river there. Give them Dragonstone. Okay, so we'll do Dragonstone then. But here's the thing: if they win Dragonstone, they technically take over King's Landing. That's how I'm doing this, because the King's Landing and Dragonstone are one landmass. So if they win this, House Celtigar, a house that is traced its lineage back to Valyria. Shit, press the wrong one again. Takes the Iron Throne. And we see that the Iron Throne passes once again. All right, I'm going to let you guys sit on what just happened. I want you guys to look at the board. Do I have a zoom function here? I want you guys to look at the board now that we've kind of done a good bulk majority of it. And I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. But let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to win? All right, I am back. It is sad to see Bronn go. Beware of dwarves with crossbows. Yeah, it's fair. If you could live anywhere in Westeros, where would it be? It would be the Reach. There's not as much violence. And it just seems like a nice place to live at. If they win, perhaps the Seven Kingdoms could be reformed into a new Valyrian Empire. It would. I would rather have the Velaryons ascend than the Celtigar or Celtigars for Valyrian Empire. That would be pretty cool. All right, let's exit out of Zoom mode. Okay, yeah, no, that's not what I want. Never mind. I thought it was gonna go back to normal. It did not go back to normal. All right, I'm gonna go to like, let's go to like this. I like having it nice and zoomed in a little bit. All right, back to the wheel we go. I also have to get rid of House Stokeworth. Unfortunately, they did not make the cut. We are now at 50 houses left. Hold on, did that take out? It did not take out House Tyrell, even though I said remove. All right, we are now under 50 houses left. We'll see what. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? That will be the direction, though. Regardless of what we get, that will be the direction. House Celtigar goes again. Is it rigged? They're going bottom left. Oh. My bad. My bad, their stream. They're going bottom left. So from King's Landing, bottom left would be Fell of... Some of these places I've never even heard of. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of that in my entire life. But they will take some more land. Adding to their little empire here. They're just conquering a little bit. But, all right. You love to see that. Moving on. I do think Robert, I kind of agree, J-Lord, that Robert should have had more representation than like just the either the Lannisters or the Baratheons. Like he had no like real, he just didn't have really any, I don't know, he didn't really have anything. I don't know. Ashford. Am I drunk? Where's Ashford? It's the orange white lines. Where's that at? There we go. That one took me off. I was like, I don't know where that is. All right, where are they going to go? Bottom left. I mean, that looks like peak. That looks like peak to me. Can House Ashford take down House Peak? They can't. Fuck, man. House Peak is really putting on a good defense. Unfortunately, they live on. Fossaway. All right. Well, how's Fossaway doing? So House Fossaway is a weird one because they actually have 2 spots on the board, but I only gave them the bottom one. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Where is... Okay, so they went bottom left. They are also trying to get some of that peak action. They can't... Dude, House Peak is rebelled. They've had 4, like, I think 4 rebellions since they've been in power, and they put them all down. House Peak better not win this, or I'm going to be pissed. House Fossaway again? Something's rigged. Oh, why did I do that? All right. House Dane will be next. Remind me not to spin the wheel. House Dane will be next. House Fossaway is going to go north and to the left. That will give them... I think I will give them that area. Let's give them that. So they had a failed invasion. So they're like, yeah, you know what? Let's try to get a little bit more land. And then we'll try. All right. House Dane. Where are they going to go? I mean, House Peak did kill a king. That's correct. They did. The Blackfish Look Manor of the City Watch keeps the court. Yeah, I think that'd be those are some really good ideas that you have, J-Lord. To the left. So House Dane will be taking on House Hightower. Can they get the revenge? There had been a rebellion, or not a rebellion, as much as a war between the two already, and House Hightower failed to take them over. House Dane fails to take them over as well. So, again, some warring between House Dane and House Hightower, but neither is able to defeat the other. House Royce. What will House Royce do? The bottom left. I mean, that's gotta be Goldtown. So they basically conquer the rest of Goldtown. I guess good for you, House Royce. I don't know. Like, good for you, I guess. You know, good for you. You've conquered a little stretch of land. You've not been involved in anything. You've been a pacifist. Good for you, I guess. I don't know. Moving on. House Peak. Are they going to inflict some pain on some of these people that have been invading them? They can't even go to the left, can they? Off of High Garden, bottom left, they are taking on House Florent. It is a tie, so Florent holds. They hold. Why did the others never open a gym? Why? Why, Leo? Why? Tell me why. Why didn't they? Moving on. House Peak could not get it done. Estermont. We have not gotten to Estermont at all. Because they were always too cold to work up a sweat. Okay. You know what? That was a good one. I'll give it to you. That was a good one. I'll give it to you. That was solid. All right. How's Estermont? And they went to the right. They physically cannot go to the right. Unless they want to go to Essos. 'Essos. 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 ' I mean, okay, guys, do we say Estermont attacks House Martell? Yes or no? Because if we go off the arrow, it is bottom left. And they are an island power. So they would go down to House Martell. Yes? Violet saying yes. That's enough for me. They lose. It didn't matter anyway. House Estermont was never going to take down House Martell. They're my favorites to win the whole thing. I'm not going to get taken down, but no Estermonts. If the Peaks and Brackens ever made an alliance, all of Westeros would suffer. That is correct. House Clegane again. Bye, Casper. Enjoy watching Ant-Man. I need some surprise bloodshed. Well, we have House Clegane going south. From Casterly Rock, they would be attacking Crakehall. House Clegane does not do it. They tie. All right, we continue. The Wildlings. Lads have been waiting for the Wildlings for forever, and we don't even have to spin the arrow. We don't even have to spin the arrow. They will be attacking the Night's Watch. Can they do it? Or will we wait another 50 turns before they try? They do it! They do it! The Wildlings! All odds against them. Take the Night's Watch and also the Mountain Clan lands. And just like that, the Wildlings have invaded the North. Will the Wildlings take over? These are things we must consider. From their home base now of Castle Black, what will they do? All right. That will eliminate the Night's Watch. Unfortunately, if you guys wanted to see the Night's Watch win, they're gone. They're just gone. I don't know what to tell you. They're dead. All right, moving on. Imagine Westeros ruled by the Boltons, Cleganes, Peaks, Braves, and Brackets. Yeah, a terrible place to live. House Martell. What will they do? To the right. They are taking on House Santagar. Can they win this battle? They don't. House Santagar pulls up a nice defense. The gates of hell have been opened, and the barbarian hordes descend upon the northern lords. Yes. Tree, I hate this timeline. I mean, 2 of my favorite 3 houses have already been eliminated, so. Stream, you did not just watch me try to take a drink of tea and then absolutely just spill it on like half my face and half my shorts. You did not see that. Okay? That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Let's move on. How's Blackmont? Yeah, they're doing pretty good. They won. They can't win. Yep, Violet. They're struggling. Okay, they're struggling. House Blackmont also trying to take on House Hightower. They can't do it, dude. House Hightower they have been nearly invaded about 6 times. I saw that, Jim. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Jim. You didn't see nothing. If Stannis isn't there to stop the Wildlings this time, oh no, exactly. High Plant. How are you? How are you? How are you doing? How's life? Welcome to our death. There's not been as much death as there needs to be, but there has been a lot. House Velaryon. Seeing that the Targaryens have been destroyed, what will they do? We'll go from this line. Oh. Hold on. I think we're going to... If we go from Driftmark, they're attacking King's Landing. Will House Velaryon take out House Celtigar, the battle of the Valyrians? They don't. House Velaryon tried. House Celtigar was too powerful. Also, I agree, Andrew. You have a very cool name as well. We need Jon Snow. Only he can stop the wildlings. Jon Snow's dead. Ghost, he's dead. He died at the wall. This is not another dried oak. Why did Pycelle claim to give Marjorie moon tea if the blue bar was innocent and she is constantly surrounded by maids and cousins? I think she was doing that more or less, or he was doing that just to kind of please Cersei. I think that's more or less what that kind of comes down to. Yeah, the Velaryons are struggling, man. They're just struggling. All right, moving on. I want to see more blood in the north. House Rowan. Okay, we haven't seen House Rowan either. We'll be going to the right. Okay. Where is House Rowan? I always forget where they are as well. Where are they at? Am I on the wrong part of the map? Okay, here we go. House Rowan. And they are going to the right, correct? They will be taking on House Caswell. Will they win? They do. So some gains here for House Rowan. They do a little bit of conquering. What would the color select? Being a little bit laggy there scares me a little. These colors are too similar, so I'm glad they got invaded. I'm glad they got taken over. Are the blinds black or white? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but we're just gonna go off of the canon of the actual books, I guess, and say they're the rip-off Targaryens. Ow. Don't you think the North is... No, the North is not blood enough. I want to see death. What are you talking about? Enough. I want to see death. All right. Got to get rid of House Caswell as well. They are now gone. Rip House Caswell. Update the wheel. And yes, they are being led by Mance. We're just going to... In this canon, they're just being led by Mance. House Royce again. They've been very anticlimactic. Doing absolutely fuck all. And they have control of Goldtown. So I think they attack. They have to. Hi, Black Rose Comics. How are you? Death and Suffering, House Goblin Words. Maybe. But I think House Royce makes a play against House Celtigar. After doing fuck all, they continue doing fuck all. They screw it. Oh, they had it, man. House Royce had a chance. Boom. Name your top 3 best Targaryen kings. So, if we're going off of my top 3 as in they are the best at ruling and not my favorite, Jaehaerys, probably... I'd probably say Aegon the First. The third one... Probably Daeron the Good. I think those are probably my top 3. I think top 3 ruling. I think Aegon the Fifth you can maybe throw in there, but I think he wasn't able to really manage the people well. And he kind of lost control, which kind of led to events later on. House Velaryon again. Bottom right. Where is that going to lead them to? So they've already done bottom right, so we'll go with... We'll just continue. They now get Stone in. So they're kind of coming down this little peninsula, more or less, gathering some land. They realized they're too small of a power. Look how small they are compared to House Celtigar. They're going to have to capture some more land, and that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to come down, and maybe they attack from this side. Are there even 3 good Targaryen rules? I think there are, Violet. I think you're being a little too tough on them, but, you know, whatever. House Glover, good. Back to the pain and suffering of the North. All right. So from Winterfell, I mean, it hits the edge. They are going to fight House Dustin. And they're going to lose. Yeah, no, that was a bad invasion. They pulled out. They pulled out real quick. They weren't... They had a taste of the Dustins, like, nope. Unfortunate, the Glover could have gotten a massive... Okay. All right, House Glover. Bottom left. That's still all right. So they want round 2. They tried twice. They tried twice. They tried twice. House Celtic will have its revenge for always being the forgotten Valyrian house. They will. They will. Would Daemon Blackfire have been a good king? I think he would have been a decent king. I don't know if he would have been a good king, but I think he would have been decent. Grease, you sounded like Darth Sidious. Well, that was the point, Matthew. The need to just be happy with Winterfell. Yeah, they need to like calm down. They're just House Dustin is just like not happening. House Ashford. Okay, what direction? What direction are they going? To the right. Okay, all right. Well, all right. Dude, I just did Ashford. I couldn't find him. Okay. So I went to, like, they're right. I mean, if we go from the center, how far to the right is it? It's like north, right? It's like, I'm going to give them probably this land. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to them. I think it's fine. You guys, be content that you're getting that. What do you think the Iron Bank will do to Westeros? I find it hard that Westeros will ever be able to repay their debts. They are screwed in the end. War is bad. That's a good point. How will they be able to repay their debts? And that's a great question. Especially when you think about all the wars and the idea that the others are going to come over, which is then going to cause Westeros to need more coin and manpower to fix those problems. And, you know, people being wiped out. It's a good question, Leo. It's a good question. Maybe the Iron Throne goes to the Iron Bank. Maybe they just control it. They just have kind of like a puppet state where they just have their own people on it. Maybe. I don't know. House Martell. What will they do? They go left. So they had a little invasion here. And then they were kind of like, you know, that didn't really go so hot, guys. Let's just not attack them. They're the only people you have to attack. You just have to kill this, and then you kind of just have your own little buffer zone here. No. All right, moving on. House Hightower. Well, House Hightower gets some revenge. Can they win against House... They're going against House Dane. House Dane. The third war between the two. And it's another stalemate. Neither one can break the other. They're in a constant state of war. All right. House Selmy. Well, where will they go? To the right. Interesting. House Selmy on the right side? I don't remember, dude. I don't remember how Selmy is. If you're getting to the ones I don't remember. I don't remember where these are. What's it look like? It's like brown and orange. Here. All right. I thought it was like in this area. I guess I just went right past it. All right. So they're going to their bottom right. I mean, from their actual hall, that would put them attacking Ashford. Okay. Will Ashford defend another time? All right. Well, I mean, Starfall is just special. It gives a strategic defensive position. I don't know. House Riker, what will they do? They haven't been called a Capon in a little while. They're going straight north. So straight north would be them attacking this whole area here of the Wayne Woods. I guess since we did it for the Celticars, we'll do it here as well. House Riker makes a massive move here. They have taken over a huge amount of land. House Riker now controls not only Rook's Rest and part of Duskendale, but they also gain Red Fort, the Eyrie, and Iron Oaks. They take it from the House Waynwood. A huge little land grab there. And all meanwhile, Peter Baelish is sitting here licking his lips saying, I'm going to take all this in one attack. All right, House Waynwood is gone. Let's get rid of them. Where are they at? House Waynwood, gone. Update the wheel. All right, moving on. House Dari. What direction will House Dari go? What if Jon Arryn died on the Trident after Lyanna's death? Eddard and Robert were reconciled, and Ned is named Hand of the King. Who would Ned advise Robert to marry? Let's say that Ned becomes Hand. I don't know. I don't think he would have wanted to be, and I don't think he would have. But Ned does not. This is a tough one because there's not a lot of open candidates at this point. Who would he marry? I don't know. That's actually a very good question. There's really not a lot of people he could marry. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. Dari, and they go north. They are going to get Haraway. Okay, so they're going to get this land above to the north. There you go. House Dari getting a little bigger. What would have happened to Jon if Lyanna had survived? So, if Lyanna survives and Jon also survives, they are going to go into hiding. They're basically probably going to go with House Reed and probably just be taken there into Greywater Watch. Hightower Girl, I could see that. That's a good one, J-Lord. Beaker and Big Finger. I just don't think Ned would have, like, if Ned is Hand and he's the one saying, okay, this is who I want you to marry, Robert, he would not have said Cersei. That's how I look at it. All right, spin again. All right, House Bracken. Anders' favorite is back on the clock. House Bracken going north to take on House Blackwood, the Great War. They don't win it. House Blackwood has a defense for now. I don't know about Lysa, because it's like Lysa just got done marrying Jon. I don't know about that. Okay, Selmy going again. They will go to their left this time. So they're going to attack Ashford once again. This time they take it. So House Selmy, bit of a land grab. They get some more land. And, hey, you got to feel good for the Selmies. They take over a little part of... they take a little part of the map. A little part. They're always a Bracken and Blackwood conflict. There has to be. What would it be without one? Okay, so let's remove Ashford from the conversation. Where can I find them? All right. Let's update the wheel once again. We're down to our top 45. It always ends in a stalemate. That is correct. House Redwine. What will they do? Will they attack House Hightower again? I mean, that's the only thing they really can do, barring they hit, like, straight north. We're going to do this until it goes north or that direction. This arrow just does not want to go to this side. It has to go to this side or north. What is it doing? It's rigged. It doesn't want Redwine to fight. Okay, so if we go... Ooh. Yeah, if it goes... Okay, so Hightower versus Redwines. House Redwine takes out House Hightower. They had been having a fantastic defense of their land for a long time, but eventually the Redwines just... They were too much. And just like that, House Redwine... Oh, shit. Hold on. Why isn't it selecting? There we go. House Redwine takes over a good little portion of the southern part. Their wars with House Dane crippled them enough for House Redwine to come in and just sneak it. All right, House Hightower. They are now eliminated. Another big house gone. There are no stags or dragons left. The Lannisters would take over, Jalen. I think that's actually a really big possibility. The Lannisters would have an army that has not been kind of hurt by the war. They're very rich. their main opposition would probably be Ned with the rest of the rebellion forces, but at that point, the Lannisters would take over. Anyone think Burning Strain was a bad idea because without her, Stannis had no heir? Yeah, the show, it didn't really make any sense in my opinion. Maybe the kingdoms would split. That's also another possibility, Jordan. All right, moving on. Also, Werewolf. And if you're talking about from the book's point of view, I don't think Stannis is going to burn her, so I don't think that would really apply to the books. House Royce, they will go once again. They tried to take the throne, but they failed. All right, so they go to like their top left. I mean, that's going to lead them. I mean, well, I would say Goldtown would be their capital now, not Runestone. So if you go from their, I mean, that's this. So will another house take the top left? Will Riker be dethroned by House Royce? They are not. House Royce fails another invasion. House Royce sucks. They suck. They are bad. House Rowan. They go to their, like, top left, I think. All right. Where's House Royce? Or not House Royce. What are we doing at House Rowan? Where's House Rowan? There we go. House Rowan. And they went to their top left, which would lead them to House Swift. Can they? And they win. Another battle is won here. And we have House Rowan taking out House Swift. So if you're House Clegane, if you take over, this is a lot of land here. And it gives you a nice little buffer zone. Damn, House Royce is terrible. I agree. I don't know how to tag. What do you mean by that, Leo? What do you mean by that? So where are they at? Did I already, like, I did not see them on the list there. Where were they at? Where did I miss House Swift on here? Where is House Swift? Maybe I already took him out. I don't know. The Martell's the one I'm shaking my head at. Fair enough. Nothing happening in the Riverlands is triggering me. Sometimes you just gotta have some. You gotta have some peace, you know. House Fowler. All right. To the top right. Okay. Where's House Fowler, dude? Like some of these houses, I'm getting mixed up on now. I gotta go to my little color-coded thing. House Fowler is blue with white. So at the wait, yeah, they're at the bottom. All right, that makes sense. Dummy. All right. Okay, so House Fowler, and they are moving to their top right. It looks like we're gonna have a battle for Ironwood, and they win it. House Fowler has taken over. They've won. They've beaten House Ironwood and now control a significant part of Dorne. Big part of Dorne. House Swift is nothing but a bunch of chickens. Fair enough, fair enough. All right. That will give us House Ironwood gone. So they now leave as well. They exit. If Baela claims Vhagar, the entire Dance of the Dragons goes significantly different. And actually, probably the Blacks win way easier. You think R plus L equals J will be in the books? Yes, I do. I do think so, Werewolf. Oh yeah, Leo, that would do. Yeah, Leo, huh? I love that because it's like everybody always says like Jaehaerys' reign is the most boring part of Fire and Blood, which I kind of agree about. But you know, maybe we should just have a peaceful show. I don't know, Ghost. I don't know. House Fowler's going again. So they go down and to the right. I mean, I guess you would say Ironwood is becoming their capital now. So then if you do that, it would be here. Okay, so I think that makes sense. Ironwood, I think, would become their capital. I think it just makes more sense, probably. I don't know. Skyreach is good. I don't know. I would say, though, they would move their capital to Ironwood if they took it over. And then this kind of, I mean, they're taking over all of that. Like, that's crazy to me. All right, continue on. House Oakheart. What direction will they go? Bottom left, can they even go that way? No, I mean... Okay, we'll give them these islands. We're going to give them all of these islands. We're not going to give them one, because that's stupid. We're just going to give them all of the islands. All of the islands is what we're going to give them. There you go, House Oakheart. You gained the shields. There you go. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy your land you got. Is this rigged? Like, why do we keep getting the same houses over and over again? Oh, why did I roll it again? Okay, so Oakheart's going again, and then we'll have Tully. Bottom right. So if we went bottom right, that is House Peak. We haven't seen House Peak in a while. They've been kind of quiet. And they continue. How do they keep doing it? Oh, the Rowans. That's a good point, Matthew. That's a good point. Wait. What? House Oakheart is under the control of the Rowans. Are you sure about that, Matthew? Oh, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You are right, Matthew. My bad. So wait. Okay, so here's what we do. So Oakheart shouldn't even be on this. I don't know why I didn't take them off. So Oakheart is out. We're going to give them the shields anyway. You are right, Matthew. You're right. And then we're not going to count this spin. We're not going to count this spin. Because it shouldn't have been Oakheart twice. That's a good point. Thank you, Matthew. Swan. I have not seen them yet. Which direction will they go? Bottom left. Okay, so they're going to get the Bone Way. All right. Fair enough. Nice little land there for House Swan, and they will continue. Hello, I'm late, but dropping in. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy your parts that you're in it. What if Rigger had to leave the tower earlier and John was never conceived? Lyanna would still be alive and would marry Robert. Probably. Is what would happen. Good question, but is there a equivalent to cannabis in a Song of Ice and Fire? The blue drink, the wildest drink is like, we have alcohol. What about the... I don't know. That's a good question, Leo. Oh, the Tullys. That's a good point. Tree, thank you for reminding me. This is what you guys got to do. Remind me in chat. Okay. So we'll do House Tully now. What is House Tully going to do? Bottom right of House of River Run. The bottom right of River Run would be like this area. We'll give that to House Tully. Thank you for reminding me at Tree. All right, so see a little bit more land for River Run. The Tullys are starting to get a bit more land. I like to see that. All right. House Reed. Will they go north or go south? They go to like the, yeah, so that's going to hit. So we have the Freys versus the Reeds. And the Freys win, or not the Freys, the Reeds win. So that's a major power play. If you're House Reed, you now take over the Twins. Press the wrong thing. But you now take over all of this land down here. Like, that's major. You now basically control the entire area of getting up to the north. You think Young Griff and Daniel marry in the books? No, I do not. Werewolf, I do not. All right, House Frey. They are now gone. I can find them, but House Frey crumbles. You're always... I know, Violet, okay? No. My first time doing this. Cut me some slack, okay? You're always up my ass, Violet, okay? You gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. Okay. We have House Peak, and they're going to be moving to their bottom right. So from High Garden to their bottom right would be like... how far to the bottom right? Yeah, it would be like... It'd be a Blackmont. Okay. Will House Peak take over Blackmont? They do. House Peak continues their just destroying of the Reach. They're destroying them. The Reach, Dorne, like everything. It's all going to shit. They're taking over the entire left side. Thank you, Reed, for killing the phrase. Yes. House Frey was late to their own funeral. Yes. Yes, they were. All right. Let's remove House Blackmont. Unfortunately, they died. I don't know how else to say it. Unfortunately, we haven't even seen House Blackfire, really. I think they had one move, and that's it. They didn't do anything else. I want to see House Blackfire, or the Wildlings, or the North. We need to see the North. House Swan again, man. Fuck. The bottom left. Okay. So that would be... Is that Fowler? I think it clips this. I don't know. Guys, do you think Fowler? I think it's Fowler. Let's go with Fowler. Fuck it. We're going Fowler. So House Swan taking on House Fowler. It is a tie. Doesn't matter anyway. Doesn't matter. All right. Didn't matter anyway. But let's continue. House Redwine. They took over the High Towers last turn in Old Town. Can they continue? It's too late, Matthew. It didn't matter anyway. Bottom right. They can't even... Well, from Old Town... No. Now, let's re-roll. We're going to go... By the way, we're rolling from Hightower. What the hell was that? Bottom left, you can't go from Old Town. We can't... I mean, okay, so left, okay, we can. So we're going to go there. All right, so the Red Wines, they take some more land. Fair enough, I guess. With the Seven Kingdoms as well as the Night Lord care if the lands beyond the wall united if they didn't attack/invade, I think they'd probably be fine with it. I mean, as long as they're not like trying to go south. All right, moving on. I want to see something different, man. I feel like we've seen a lot of the same. House Marbrand. All right, fair enough. They go to their bottom right. So they were going to take on House Lefford. Will they take out House Lefford? They will not. Another good defense. House Dane. All right. Well, they had a feud with House Hightower for a while, and that kind of resolved itself on its own. But that's still going to result in another invasion of their western border. Another one. Another one, guys. So, can House Dane take over House Redwine? They do. House Dane with a major power grab. They take all of the Redwine lands. Okay, excuse me. It's not giving me the... Excuse me. Thank you. All right. So, House Dane takes over all of this land. They control the entire southern side of this. This is a major war brewing. They've kind of avoided each other for a while, but House Dane and House Fowler could be on a crash course to destroying the other. All right. That will lead us to removing House Redwine. Unfortunately, they failed. If I were Aegon the First, would give the Iron Islands and the Riverlands to the Starks as reward for surrendering without a fight, and I would make the Reach and Stormlands one provinces under Baratheon. See, but I think doing that would have caused rebellion. I think that would have caused rebellion. And also, the Tullys came to the Targaryen side, so I think it made sense to reward them. House Royce, the stinkers of the entire game, they just fundamentally suck at invading anyone. And then guess what? They're going to get another chance to invade and take the Iron Throne. And then guess what? They're going to fail again. Look, they failed again. Dude, House Royce sucks. I do not want them to pop up on this wheel again. House Bracken. Which direction do they go? They go to the south. So this time, instead of going for the Blackwood Empire, they go for the Tully Empire. And they take it. House Tully is gone. No more. Another one of our great houses has been, well, destroyed. Unfortunate for the Tullys, but House Bracken grows strong. And House Blackwood, they might be a little nervous. They may be a little nervous. House Tully, you know, you had a valiant fight, but you got to do better. You got to do better. Peake's about to beat the Danes and Fowlers easily. Maybe. All right, House Estermont. Which direction do they go? They go to their top left or their top west. Sorry, I know, Casper. You wanted me to say west and east earlier, but I'm just not that man. I use more left and right more than directional. So the northwest, that is going to be. I would probably say it's this territory. You could also make an argument it's this one, but I'm going to say it's that territory. So House Estermont, I think probably one of the biggest underdogs, and they're just not doing so hot. But they claim some land. Guess what Stark means in Swedish? Strong. Interesting. I did not know that. It's very interesting. This is now making me want Damon to take the lands of House Royce. Yes, they should. Or he should. House Royce just sucks. House Martell. Will they do something? They are my dark horse. Well, not even my dark horse. They're my prediction to win. I think that is going to be them fighting House Santagar for the second time. And they win. They finally have done it. House Martell kind of fixes its borders. And they now kind of just have a war here with House Fowler for the kind of the rest of Dorne. That's really what's going to happen here. I missed the stream. Who is winning? I would say your major powers as of right now are probably Glover. I would say House Peake, House Clegane, and then probably House Dane and Fowler. I think those are probably your biggest ones. House Stark died on turn 1, Jesse. What is that big chunk of gray in the Riverlands? Do you mean like this area? This is unclaimed territory is what that is, Jesse. So, yeah. All right. Rip the Santagars. They have finally fallen. House Martell. They've kind of just... They've done their thing, you know? They've done their thing. That's what they needed to do. House Fossaway. Where will they go? You're just glad the Hornwoods are in the game? You'll love to see that, Matthew. And you are very lucky that they are still in. All right, top right. So top right is going to be this area. So, I mean, they're just gaining a little bit of land. They're just gaining some land just for some other house to come over and take them over. Dude, this is bothering me. Like, the amount, because these look so similar. One of these two needs to get wiped out. No one claims Riverlands because it's such a bloodbath, wise choice. He agreed. What do you think is going to happen to Edric Storm? I think he is going to be used as kind of like a puppet ruler of the Stormlands and for Young Griff. That's what I kind of think is going to happen. That's basically what my theory is, Jesse, that he's going to be taken by Varys. All right, moving on. Give us some of the North, man. I want to see some more bloodshed. House, you know, that works too. House Clegane. To the top, kind of like they're just right, more or less. If you open Casterly Rock, that would probably give them this territory. Man, that's disappointing. House Clegane, you're supposed to be very bloodthirsty. And here you are, just kind of taking some land. Like, whatever. They just take some more land. They expand their territory. Do you think House Baratheon will rule the Iron Throne once more? I do not think so, no. I wish game had a mechanic or naval warfare. The Emperor could attack anywhere on the western coast. That would be pretty cool. I know, Gus. I know what you mean. All right, House Blackfire. We've been waiting for this for a while. To their bottom right. We went off of Griffin's Roost. It would be this territory. All right, so the Blackfires do literally nothing again. Have we even gotten the Ironborn? No, we haven't. They've done nothing. They've gotten attacked by the Malisters. That's it. That's the only thing that's happened to them. But, you know, the Blackfires, they've conquered a little bit. Not really conquered because they haven't beaten anyone, but they're trying. Kind of. House Mouton. We also have not gotten the Baratheons either. Oh boy. All right, House Mouton, they go to their south, but to the left. So Maidenpool. Is this Celtigar's? It's like directly down, but to the left. So I think, yeah. I think it's close. Maybe you make a... What do you guys think? Hafer or Celtigar's? Celtigar's or Hayford? Let me know. First person in the comments to type either Hayford or Celtigar's, I will attack that territory. I need to know, lads. I need to know. Celtigar's? Okay. All right. Will the Celtigar's be brought down? They will. House Mouton is now sitting on the Iron Throne. And Celtigar's are no more. Unfortunately, they fall to the power of House Mouton. Look how much land they just got there. Look how much, like, you go from having just Maidenpool and like one little territory just to all that. You should do a stream where you play the maybe. I may, Jesse. Well, maybe. I don't know. All right. Rip House Celtigar. They were pretty good in this as well. I think we're going to go until one more faction gets eliminated, and then we're going to call it a night, and we'll pick up on the next part of the stream in the next one, and we'll do that part of it. I was rooting for the Crab Kings. Unfortunately, they did not win. So whoever this is, they'll be going left, because they did it out of order. House Fowler. Well, that should be House Dane, correct? That is going to be House Dane. Happy Friday, everyone. Hi, Metal. Happy Friday to you as well. You missed quite a bit. We had quite a bit of an invading going on. And as of right now, House Glover has kind of taken a lot of the north, which is pretty cool. But we now have this is a major conflict. This is a fantastic one to end on if it goes one way. If it's not, House Dane, they win. They win. So House Fowler, they tried, but they could not win. House Rowan. Okay. House Rowan, well, where will they be going? They'll be going to their right. So House Rowan, I mean, it's like to the right and above. So I would say if you went off of Golden Grove, maybe like here, I think. So just another, territory grab. Nothing crazy. Why does this thing, like, sometimes it lets me click on it, sometimes it doesn't? What are we doing here? All right, thank you. All right. They take over this, like, general area. Fair enough. All right. Moving on. Come on, I want to see some action in the North Wheel. Estermont. Nobody cares about Estermont, man. They're about to get smacked. Oh, they can't actually die attacking, but whatever. Do I say that's Tarth? No, it's too far. Let's reroll. That's not Tarth. Are there the Baratheons? Yes, the Baratheons are right here. They are at Storm's End currently. To the right. They physically cannot go to the right arrow. What are we doing here? To the bottom left. Good night, Leo. Hope you had a good one. Hope you enjoyed the stream. So they will take... I mean, they would take this area generally. So we'll go with that for Estermont. I want to see one more bloodbath, and then we'll call it a night, and we'll go to part 2. But House Blackfire is kind of getting surrounded. They really need to take out House Estermont before they get too big. All right, moving on. We have House Glover. This would be a hell of a way to end the stream. They go south from Winterfell. Does that clip House Dustin? I think it goes to House Reed. So this could be major. If House Glover can win this and beat House Reed, that's crazy. They do. House Glover has now taken out House Reed, gaining Greywater Watch, the Twins, and also the land of the Belmore, of House Belmore. What a massive, massive switch. That's huge. This is huge. They now control majority of the upper half of Westeros. If they can kind of sweep up here, I mean, they're going to be looking good. Glover's about to win, maybe. All right, so that, I think, is going to be where we end the stream. I hope you guys all enjoyed. And we'll come back probably next Friday. We'll do this like on a Friday stream. And we'll kind of continue, and hopefully we'll get through the rest of this. Let me make sure I actually take out House Reed from this, so they're not still on here. Where is House Reed? House Reed is gone. That will be it. That will be it. So thank you guys for watching the stream. Hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed this little idea. And I will see you guys all in the next video or stream. Bye, guys.